Good day. So I'm out here on my daily walk and I am just reflecting on the past couple of days on how I've been able to automatically catch any negative thoughts or doubts that find their way into my frequency and my thought pattern. And I may not be catching every single one of them, but I'm starting to be more aware of when a negative thought comes in, meaning if I have an idea or a download to go do something and then the first thing I think is, well, so many people have already done that. What makes you think that you doing this is going to make a difference? I completely cut that out and I do it anyway. So that's just one example of many that I've been experiencing lately, and it's just been so beautiful because not only am I able to catch my own negative thoughts they before I take action on them, but I'm also able to clearly hear and listen and see when other people are limiting themselves as well. Just in casual conversation, people are holding themselves back from achieving greatness because of these negative thoughts that automatically pop in, but they go a step further and they speak them out loud. Therefore, when they do that, it solidifies and it confirms and it projects into their reality. So that negative thought that they had is going to perpetuate and it's going to return to you exactly what you put out there. When you speak, you're casting spells. So if you say that you can't do something or that something's not possible, or you talk yourself out of something, or if you give into self-doubt, that is exactly the experience that you're going to get. Now, this isn't just with negative thoughts, this is also with limiting beliefs, this is also with re experiencing traumatic events and anticipating for them to happen again. This is what keeps us stuck in a certain vibration and a certain frequency to where we can't move beyond that because we're still anchoring ourselves in these false realities. Really, that's essentially what they are. And that's not to diminish or to say that, we all haven't been through some things, but in order to get through it, we have to, release it and work through that through shadow work, through journaling, through meditation, so that we can then anchor ourselves into the new frequency, the new timeline, the new version of ourselves, so that when an opportunity presents itself, we're not sitting there saying, oh, well, I can't do it because I'm broke. What? That keeps you stuck, right? That keeps you broke. But if you are looking at it from a different lens and a different perspective, you can now recognize this opportunity as your means of shifting out of that energy of what most people like to call broke. But in reality, it's just a lack of the abundance flow and the abundance frequency flowing through you. And so once you recognize that, you will begin to shift your language and your speech to match the frequency of what it is that you want to achieve or the opportunities that you want to align yourself with. So to put this into practical terms and to real life practice, I want you to think about something that you've been wanting to achieve for a really long time. Maybe you write down 3 things that you've been wanting to achieve for a really long time. I don't care how realistic it is. This isn't about realistic or not. This is about getting you closer to that thing vibrationally. So once you've written your 3 things, I want you to pick one. Pick your favorite one. Pick the one that you feel most aligned with in this very moment. And then start speaking as if you've already achieved that thing. So for example, if you are desiring to move out of the country or to go visit a new country, to go backpacking, let's make it that. So if I know that I want to go backpacking around Europe, and in my current reality, in my current circumstances, I am not there. I'm not backpacking in Europe. And so once you've identified what it is you really, really want, the next thing you're going to do is write down all of the limiting beliefs and everything that you've been telling yourself as to why you are not doing that thing. So in this example, if it's backpacking around Europe, it could be, oh, I don't have the funds to do that. Where am I going to get money from? I've never traveled solo before, or that's really far away and the plane ticket might be too expensive, or what if I need to run back home for something? Whatever your fears are around your particular thing, your negative beliefs, your negative thoughts, limiting beliefs around that, write them down. Look at them on paper. And then I want you to scratch them out, and next to it, write an affirming statement in the form of I am, so that it's present and it's as if this is your current reality. Write it in the form of I am. So for example, this would look like, I am currently backpacking in Europe. I am currently on the plane to Europe. I am currently making all of the funds necessary for me to continue and fund my backpacking journey around Europe. Now, once you've done that for all of your limiting beliefs, I want you to start saying that out loud every single day for at least 3 days. And I want you to say it 3 times for 3 days. Sounds simple enough, right? Well, what you're going to do after that is you're then going to record yourself saying it on your phone. This is something that I do personally, and I've been doing it for the last couple of weeks now, and it's been amazing. So record yourself saying your affirmations, that's what we're going to call them, your I am statements. You are affirming your reality. You are commanding your reality into this timeline, into your current reality, so that you can shift into the reality that you desire. So once you've recorded yourself, after the 3 days of you saying it out loud, I then want you to start listening to it on repeat. Listening to it as often as you can when you wake up, before you go to bed. You don't have to do this too much. So for example, I'll listen to my audio on repeat maybe 3 times before going to bed, and then 3 times when I wake up in the rising. And I'm just constantly reaffirming, and now I find myself in conversation saying these things out loud, and quite a few things have already manifested into my own reality, and I'm so grateful, because everything is just frequency. So when you continue to push out the frequency that you want, the universe has no choice but to return it back to you. And don't worry about the how. The how will come on its own. The how will come, a week from now, when you're just out and about and you just happen to meet someone who is on the same journey as you. The how will come through a new job offer, or through a new partnership, or through a new connection. The how will come through you finding a book on the shelf and you just randomly opening up to a page that has all the answers that you've ever needed. The how will come by joining communities of like-minded individuals who are on the same path and who are on the same frequency and mission as you. So don't worry about the how, just you focus on shifting and reprogramming. That's essentially what we're doing here, and affirming the frequency that you want to be on. And I know there might be some people that are like, I've done that, it doesn't work. Well, I wonder why it doesn't work. Did you believe that it was going to work? Did you tell yourself that it was going to work? One thing I want people to understand, and I will be going into this deeper in some future courses and lectures, but I want people to understand that your mind is not in control. You are in control. You tell your mind what you want it to project into your experience. It took me a while to figure this out, But I'm sharing with you all that that is the key to this whole thing, to shifting from where you are currently to where you want to be. And as I mentioned earlier, I've been having conversations with people, and I'm able to see clearly where their limiting beliefs are and what's keeping them stuck in their current reality. And it's just so easy to see that they are in control of their mind, but they just don't know, because they're controlling it to stay stuck. They're controlling it to be limited. They're controlling it to stay within the box instead of going outside of the box. And that's okay. I understand why this is, because of programming. Programming goes so deep. But you have to begin reprogramming. You have to be doing the things that seem really delusional. Trust me. If you're making it delulu till it's true, it will come true, okay? I am living proof of that. And within reason, mind you. So as long as you're doing things that are beneficial to you in your highest timeline and does not impede on anyone else's free will or anyone else's well-being, including your own, then be as delusional as you want to be, and watch as it manifests into your reality. Watch as the very thing that you believed in so strongly has now come into your reality. Time is not a factor. Time doesn't matter. Time isn't important. What's important is the journey of you shifting and you noticing and recognizing that you are making that shift yourself in real time. You are the creator of this shift happening. You just have to step into the pilot seat and decide where you want your destination to be. Once you've decided where you want your destination to be, I promise you, you're going to start receiving things that is going to make sure that you get to your destination. You're going to receive an internal GPS, an internal compass, giving you step-by-step instructions on how to get to your destination. But if you don't even believe that the destination exists, how will you ever get there? So, to summarize, I want you all to start knowing and believing that you are in command. You tell your mind what you want it to see and experience. Start putting that frequency out there. Start receiving that frequency back in return, because it's a feedback loop. We're constantly receiving what we're putting out. We're constantly receiving what we're putting out. Begin to catch yourself in moments where negative thoughts come up, where you're limiting yourself, where you're keeping yourself stuck in this program. And then I want you to start creating immediate things that are going to help you, immediate triggers to help you instantly shift, instant shifts. So instantly shifting from I can't to I can, I am. And then stay consistent with it. It doesn't work because you don't believe it will. Once you believe that it will work, trust me, it will. I can't, there's no other way for me to explain it, but other than that, if you believe it, it is true. And it will come into your reality because, you are the commander of your reality. And I'll leave it there. If you want to know more about how to tap into the abundance frequency, I will be sharing a live masterclass in the community. The link is down below. And if you're watching this video after the live session, don't worry. Still join, because I will be posting and sharing all live sessions within the community. And also, I will be sharing a course specifically on how to achieve the abundance frequency that is within all of us. It is your birthright. It is something you came into this realm with. So all I'm doing is showing you how to get back to that natural state of being. It's not rocket science, okay? It is physics, but it's not rocket science. It's physics, it's spiritual, and it's 100% achievable. So, until next time, guys. See you soon.